This is Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints. What's with this Saints Happy Cast? This has to be the worst Saints podcast in the world. Ralph can't say anyone's name right. Andrew doesn't know football. Everyone has a hard time listening to Dave. And is Kevin even there tonight? The audio with this podcast, my God, the audio, it's painful.
Welcome in to another special YouTube-only edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. Find us wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys. Andrew, today I am incensed. I read a take on ESPN.com and it made me want to spit lava at people and maybe possibly go on a four-state murdering spree. Bill Barnwell ranked the offenses in the NFL by offensive weapons, and he had freaking Carolina ahead of the Saints, and I will not stand for it. It is an abomination of all that is holy and right. It is a disgrace, and I want to punch somebody in the face.
Well, let's start with Bill Barnwell then, if you're going to do that.
I mean, he's got a punchable face. I like Bill, but he's got a
very
punchable face.
Look, man, and just so we understand here, he had the Saints number 6. He had the Panthers number 5. So he did give some credit. He did give some respect to both teams. But how do you pick Carolina ahead of the Saints? You know, and I look at this like we're not even talking about the quarterbacks, obviously. When he says weapons, I'm assuming he means quarterbacks are out. But then because quarterbacks are out, Taysom Hill doesn't appear on any of his article. He doesn't talk about Taysom. Yeah,
it's like he didn't exist.
Yeah, it's like Taysom doesn't exist because he's a quarterback. Completely ignores the fact that if you count the playoffs, he scored 8 touchdowns last year.
Oh, and by the way, I got 500 Crewed Taysom cups in my extra bedroom. If you become a patron, we ship you one. Trust me, Taysom Hill exists. I know he does.
He really needs you to do this because they're up to a ceiling. But look, he scored 8 touchdowns. You know how many Carolina Panthers besides Christian McCaffrey scored 8 touchdowns last year? You want to know how many?
How many? 0!
Not a one. So when you tell me that Carolina has more weapons, their starting quarterback was the back of New Orleans last year. Their quarterback room includes Will Grier, who, I mean, what did he completed more passes to the Saints than he did to Carolina last year. And,
he did.
And the XFL or PJ Walker.
And their tight end's a hobo. Their tight end, I don't even know. He's a hobo.
Hobo, that's right, Max. Tell him. Hobo. Listen, Ian Thomas, Greg Olsen is gone. Number 1 Saints killer, Greg Olsen is gone. Their best tight end is
Hall
Ian
of Fame
Thomas.
Saints killer.
Yes, true. Then you've got, for the Saints, you've got Jared Cook. Troutman could be something. Again, Taysom Hill wasn't mentioned, but he lines up at tight end. He might as well call him a tight end, right? And on top of that,
sexiest H-back in football. That's what he is.
Look, the Saints have the best receiver in football in Michael Thomas. They just added Emmanuel Sanders. I get that Barnwell is down on Sanders because of his age, but what does Carolina really have? Don't tell me that because they signed Robbie Anderson, all of a sudden they have better weapons.
Why is Robbie Anderson better than Emmanuel Sanders? Like, he's younger.
He's not. He is not better.
Listen.
Robbie Anderson is a terrible fit in that offense. You know how Teddy loves to check it down. He's a 70% quarterback in terms of completion range, because he likes to throw the short ball. You know what Robbie Anderson is? His best season was catching 55.3% target to catch ratio. That was his best year because all he is a deep threat that can't do anything over the middle of the field.
Here's the thing with Emmanuel Sanders. Bill Barnwell didn't like the deal the Saints gave him because he felt like they overpaid him because the wide receiver market collapsed. And here's the thing with Emmanuel Sanders. Even if his floor is Ted Ginn 2017, that is such a freaking massive upgrade from 2019 for whatever the Saints had at receiver. And that's his floor, I think, Andrew, is 2017 Ted Ginn. And 2017 Ted Ginn was really, really good and really fun. And the thing is with the Bill Barnwell stat nerds, they can't get over the contracts and the value and that sort of thing. And I just think to have Carolina ahead of the Saints, McCaffrey is better and more productive than Kamara. I'll give him that. I give him nothing else. None of his other points are valid in any way.
Well, I have 2 questions for you. Here's the first. Who's more likely to get injured this year? Christian McCaffrey with his new contract and the volume usage they use him at, or Alvin Kamara in a contract year with sharing the backfield with Latavius Murray? Who's more likely to get injured?
Oh, the dude that gets 1 billion touches a year? That dude? Yeah. I want to call him Ed McCaffrey.
When I read Bill Barnwell's article and he says, well, Kamara's coming off an injury. He just had a down year. Therefore, he's not as good as he used to be. I don't believe in him anymore. But Christian McCaffrey, one of the best backs in the league. That is all assuming that Kamara's going to be bad again, bad by his own amazing standard, that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where he's going to stay the same. And it's also assuming that Christian McCaffrey is going to stay the same. We don't know that. We can't assume that. And here's the thing. Remember when Alvin Kamara went down? This is my second question for you. Remember when Alvin Kamara went down last year? Remember when he was injured? How'd the Saints fare at running back?
Pretty damn good against Chicago when they didn't have Jared Cook and they didn't have Drew Brees. They just handed it to Latavius Murray a crap ton of times, and he was amazing. And I'm telling you, the Saints, their duo can be the best duo in the NFL. Final thought, Andrew.
Okay, well, hold on. So wear the shoe on the other foot now. What happens to Carolina if Christian McCaffrey goes down?
1 in 15. That's what happens to Carolina.
Burn it to the ground, Ralph. Burn the whole thing to the ground, and that's my point. Maybe McCaffrey's a little bit better than Kamara, but if he goes down, burn it to the ground. Carolina offensively won't be able to do anything. They have no one.
That's it. That's for today. Everybody, subscribe to our channel, please. Find us wherever you get your podcast. Saints Happy Hour Podcast. Search it. Become a patron. $10. Get your booze bundle. You get 4 swag items and a Saints legend football player card. Why wouldn't you want to do it? It's $10. It's the best $10 you're going to invest all summer. I promise you. For Andrew, we'll see you next time on the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys.